Welcome to the High on Wrestling podcast. And here's your host, Dusty 420.
Welcome to the High on Wrestling podcast. I'm your host, Dusty 420. Today we're going to talk about Extreme Rules. It's coming on this Sunday on the WWE Network. So, let's get down to it, baby. The first match, which I imagine will be on the pre-show, is going to be the Cruiserweight Championship match. It's going to be between Tony Nese and Drew Gulak. Now, I'm sure that's how you say that name. All right, Drew Gulak, this dude has really come a long way. I remember when he first came and he was doing the whole, giving PowerPoints and shit. And I remember thinking, what is this? And then he was with Enzo. And then now you have him as the Cruiserweight Champion. So I definitely think that this guy has a lot of talent. I could see him making it on the main roster eventually. He seems to take the ball and roll with it anywhere he goes. So definitely, I'm picking Drew Gulak on this one because I just don't see him losing the belt yet. He just won the title at the last pay-per-view, so I can't imagine him losing it. Tony Nese is awesome, but honestly, he has no personality. He's one of those guys who's like really good at wrestling. The dude is built like a freaking tank, but he just has no personality. And I honestly believe if you're going to be the 205 Live champion, you've got to have a little personality, or it's just not going to, because 205 is already dead in the water because it just doesn't get the appeal and people doesn't want to watch it the way they watch Raw or SmackDown or NXT. Now, I hope that one day we can say something different. Honestly, if it was me, I would change the whole Cruiserweight division. For one, I would not call it the Cruiserweight division. I'd call it the Light Heavyweight division. WWE's had this before. They've had a title for it back in the day. Bring that back. Get rid of the Cruiserweight thing. Because nowadays, everybody is built this way. Like most of the wrestlers coming up in NXT would be considered Cruiserweights. Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano. Hell, all of them. Just about. I mean, there might be a couple that are big, but not really. Most of the big stars that are in NXT that are believed to be future stars in WWE, they are all small. So if they are the future, then we've got to get away from the whole Cruiserweight 205 Live thing. I would call them light heavyweights. I would have them fighting for a title, change the title from that purple thing they have, put something that's more tough looking, and I would make it like, okay, Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor's a freaking lightweight and even a featherweight at times, and this dude was main eventing UFCs. So if you can't tell me that WWE can't figure out how to make a guy that's not that, not a big guy and who is not the world champion become a star, then man, they've got issues, and the issues are just going to get worse because they've got to figure that out. Because, like I said, the future is guys that are 205 and below. Just being honest with you, the days of the having 10 guys on the roster who are 6'6", over 6'6", 300 pounds. It's coming to an end, and it's coming fast. You're going to have pretty soon. I imagine if you're 6'6", you're going to be a monster. You're going to be like Braun Strowman, or hell, what's his name? The guy that just left. I can't think of his freaking name. Lars Sullivan. He was like 6'3", but on NXT, he was a monster. And when he came to the main roster, because there are smaller guys in the main roster, he appeared as a monster. Granted, they had him beating up the Lucha House Party, whatever the fuck that is. Why does WWE continue to push their Lucha wrestlers as jokes? I just don't know. I've never understood it. You watch him in AAA, of course that's Mexico. They're going to push him right. But you watch him in AEW. You watch him in MLW. They're pushed with a seriousness. I honestly believe that these guys are badasses. But WWE don't present them like that. They have them come out there being goofy. I don't know, man. WWE's got to figure out a better way to present their lucha wrestlers. Sorry, I got off on a tangent there about lucha wrestlers. But anyways, the Cruiserweight title is going to stay with Drew Gulak. I can't pronounce his name. Gulick, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Moving on. I think the next match will probably be the 2-on-1 handicap match. It's Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss versus Bayley. Now, I see this as a perfect opportunity to bring Sasha Banks back. I don't know if they're going to do that or not, but the rumor has her return is imminent and it is happening soon. So hopefully WWE pulls their head out of their asses and does it at this pay-per-view. Now, honestly, I would have her come back, help Bayley, and then turn on Bayley. And then we get Bayley versus Sasha at SummerSlam, which would be epic. And we all know that. We've been begging for that. People have been literally begging for a heel Sasha Banks. Can we get it, please? She definitely is a better heel than she is a face. If you don't know that, see NXT when she was in NXT. Because she was an awesome heel. She was so despicable. She was so dirty. She was the boss. Which, that's why I didn't understand when they brought her to the main roster. They still called her the boss. She's still the exact same gimmick, except she was a babyface, which made no sense whatsoever because most of the time if you're the boss, you're not a good guy. You're just not. So, yeah. Anyways, my prediction here is Sasha Banks comes back, helps Bayley win. I don't know about the whole heel turn on Sasha's part. They could tag them together against Alexa and Nikki Cross in the next pay-per-view and then have them break up then and we'll have the feud at SummerSlam, feud leading up to SummerSlam. That's very possible because I'm telling you, if you want a big money, this could main event SummerSlam, honestly. Bayley versus Sasha Banks, as long as people's been waiting for it, this could main event SummerSlam. It would be exciting. It would be a good match. Man, if you don't remember their matches in NXT, go back and watch them. If you didn't watch them, go back and watch them. They were beyond amazing. Definitely check those out. Anyways, like I said, Bayley goes over here. She retains her title, probably with the help of someone. Hopefully it's Sasha. Although I have been seeing Charlotte working with Bayley in the house shows. Some of the videos people have posted. Might be Charlotte come out and help Bayley. You never know. Charlotte don't like Alexa Bliss, so we definitely could get that. But hopefully that's what happens. We get Sasha return, finally. She's been gone long enough. Then the third match. Now, I don't know if this is how it's going to be. They hadn't put the match order, the card order online. So I imagine, I'm just thinking this is how it'd be based on the importance of each match or whatever. Then the third match, I'm going to say would probably be the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. You see what I'm doing there? We've had a Cruiserweight. We've had the women's title to open the show. We had the Cruiserweight on the pre-show. We had the women's title to open the show. And now we have the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, which is going to be Heavy Machinery, Daniel Bryan, and Rowan, which I love their tag team, and the New Day. Jesus, why couldn't I think of that? So anyways, we're going to get that match. I hope Heavy Machinery goes over here, but I don't think they will because Otis won in the three-way that they had on SmackDown. I would love to see Heavy Machinery get this, but maybe hold out a little bit longer. I understand because they are starting to get over. Otis is definitely starting to get over. This guy has star power. I could see him in a singles run. He's funny. He's believable. He's strong as hell. Some of the shit he does, them power slams, blows my freaking mind. What was it? Back a couple of weeks ago, I saw Tucker pick the dude up, threw him in the air, and Otis caught him mid-air and dropped him down for the power slam. That kind of shit is epic, and it has to be timed perfectly for them to do it together. So, yeah, I definitely would love to see Heavy Machinery go over here, but I doubt they're going to go over. I think that Daniel and Rowan retains, which would make a lot of sense, and then we'll build up to maybe a match between Rowan and Daniel and Heavy Machinery at the next pay-per-view, which hopefully will be what happens, because that's going to give Heavy Machinery in a one-on-one, a 2-on-2 tag feud with Rowan and Daniel Bryan, and that will allow their personalities to come out a little bit more, and then we'll get the match, hopefully, maybe by SummerSlam or whenever. I'm not even sure what the next pay-per-view is, shit. And then we'll get the match between them, and that will definitely make it make sense for them to finally pick up the titles. Because, honestly, I love Daniel Bryan and Rowan as the tag team champions right now. Hell, Daniel Bryan they put that Cruiserweight title on Daniel Bryan. You want to make that title mean something? Put it on Daniel Bryan. Then have him main event pay-per-views with that Cruiserweight title. That's where the money's at. They should have did that with Pac. hey, Neville, if you don't know who I'm talking about. Then the next match, I honestly don't know which one it'll be. I'm going to say it's probably going to be the U.S. Championship match. It's Samoa Joe. No, it's not Samoa Joe. Shit. Ricochet versus AJ Styles. Sorry, man. Hey, it was just like last pay-per-view that Joe was the freaking United States Championship, and he lost it to Ricochet. So, hell, you get them mixed up, man. There's so many championships in WWE now. It's so easy to get them mixed up. Jesus Christ. I say they start combining them back. If they're going to keep this brand split apart, they need to start combining the titles back together. Now, if they're going to leave the brand split the way it's supposed to be, especially when Heyman and them take over, I really, really hope they keep them completely separate, because I don't like watching SmackDown or Raw on Monday and then getting Raw 2 on Tuesday. It's just garbage. Now, maybe when it goes from Tuesday to Friday, and I've had time to kind of forget about what happened on Raw, that would be a little bit better than it's on Friday on Fox. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I honestly believe I like the brand split. It gave a lot more guys opportunities to shine. Now that they don't have the brand split the way it was, Bobby Roode, haven't seen him. Apollo Crews, seen him once or twice in the last few months. These guys have just faded away. Jinder Mahal, I've seen him chasing around the 24/7 title. So I don't know what we're going to do here. I don't know how we get these guys back being on TV and being in good feuds and stuff. Because I'll be honest with you, we should have feuds at the bottom of the roster. The guys that are not even main eventers should be in decent feuds. We should have stories from every wrestler should have some type of story they're in. If they're on TV, if they're a wrestler, if they're going to use them, put everybody in some type of storyline. And you could do that. That's why they need to bring back factions. A faction allows multiple wrestlers to be incorporated into a storyline and be used. Even if they're not in matches, they're still used. That's like with the club. Now that AJ Styles and the Good Brothers are back together with the club, that's gonna elevate Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows 1,000 times over, because they're going to be seen now with Styles, and that's what we need. That's what we want. We need more factions. I honestly, I'm a big fan of factions. I remember NWO, DX. Oh man, we just need the Four Horsemen, Evolution. We need factions. It's a way to get everybody involved in all the stuff that's going on. So hopefully they'll do that. Then after the U.S. title, my bad, AJ Styles versus Ricochet is the U.S. title match. I honestly, I hate to see AJ lose again here, because he just lost last week to Ricochet, and they've reunited the club, and both club members have lost to Ricochet. So honestly, I would like to see AJ go over here, but I also want to see Ricochet go over here. I can't see him taking the belt off Ricochet quite yet, but I could be wrong, because he probably would be better off chasing, because usually the babyface chasing the title is a lot more interesting. So maybe we'll get AJ Styles win it, and then we'll have Ricochet chase it for a little while and then get it back at SummerSlam. So hopefully that'll happen. I know I would like to see it work out that way, to where Ricochet's still involved in the U.S. title picture, but he doesn't have the belt because he's chasing it. That would definitely be good. It would be interesting. Then I think we might just get the WWE Championship match after this. It will be Samoa Joe, my favorite wrestler, versus Kofi Kingston. Now, I have a feeling this is just a placeholder. I really do. I just don't think they're going to put the strap on Joe. They've done it so many times in the last years. And what's sad is, in the last couple of years, or however long it's been, the best feuds, the most interesting feuds, and the matches I've looked forward to have all involved Samoa Joe. When he was against Braun Strowman, when he was against not Braun Strowman. I'm sorry, not Braun Strowman. When he was against Brock Lesnar, when he was against AJ Styles, very, very interesting feuds, all of them. When he was against Ray. Every feud he's been in is interesting, because the man knows how to pull you in. He knows how to make you believe that he's going to crush this guy's soul. So, yeah, I definitely want to see that. I hope that I would love to see Samoa Joe win, but I don't think they're going to. I think it's just a placeholder to keep Kofi going, just to give him another notch on his belt, because I don't know. He's only had the belt like 3 months, so maybe he's going to go until SummerSlam and then have Brock Lesnar cash in, or maybe go until they start SmackDown on Fox, and then we'll get maybe Brock Lesnar cashing in, because I think Fox wants Brock Lesnar on the SmackDown show if he's gonna be on one of the brands. So I could definitely see that happening. So I think Kofi goes over here. I'd like to see Joe, but I think Kofi goes over here. Then I think we're gonna jump to the. Let's see. So many championships defending on this bitch. Like I was talking about, there's a lot of freaking championships in WWE. I say we combine the 2 tag titles, and we leave the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title, combine the World and Universal titles together, and have like maybe make a new belt and have like the WWE Championship be the biggest belt again. Because we only really need one main champion, especially if you're not going to continue the brand split. And so far, the brand split is dead. They aren't even doing the wild card rule crap anymore. So hopefully we'll get this happening, so we won't have so many championship belts, and they'll mean a lot more. But now I think the next one will be the Raw Tag Team Championships. That's going to be interesting. It's going to be the Revival versus the Usos. I think this will be a good match. Everybody's wanted this match for a while. I love the Usos. I love the Revival. It's going to be a great match. I think the Revival will retain here. There might be some shenanigans, but I definitely think they retain here. And it might even continue the feud on till, SummerSlam or the next pay-per-view, whatever that may be. Then I think we have the... let's see. Oh, man, I don't know which would go on first. Let's see. Would it be the Undertaker and Roman Reigns versus Shane and Drew McIntyre? Or would it be the Universal title and the women's title, Raw women's title, against, would it be that one? This being defended in a mixed tag match where it will be winner takes all with Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch versus Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans? That might be the next match, because I could see Undertaker and Reigns going on as the main event, because you don't really put Undertaker on something if you're not going to put him in the main event. So I will say that's what's going to happen. We're going to have the mixed tag between Rollins and Becky versus Lacey and Corbin, and I think I could be wrong, but I think that Rollins and Becky are going to go over here. They're going to retain their belts. I just can't imagine them losing right now, especially these two. I think Rollins still got a long run left in him, and plus they need to get him into some better feuds, some more interesting feuds with some stronger talent. So hopefully that this will end it. We'll have Rollins and Becky go on to bigger and better things. Corbin and Lacey, they'll move on and do whatever the hell it is they're going to do. Maybe the mixed match challenge or whatever. Then we're going to have the Undertaker and Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. Now, honestly, I'm not super excited for this match. But it is the Undertaker, and it is nice to see the guy at least see his entrance. And since he's going to have Roman there to back him up, I think it could be a really good match, because now that the Taker doesn't have to have the entire load on his back, we should get a better match than what we got at the Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia, where him and Goldberg, both of them ran out of gas, and once that happened, it was Bot City, baby. It was Bot City. So I definitely think I would like to see Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre go over here, with Drew McIntyre actually pinning the Undertaker for the win, and then we're going to get Drew McIntyre versus The Undertaker at SummerSlam. That's the rumor. I hope that happens. At least the rumor is we're going to get them at SummerSlam. I don't know about whatever, but I don't know about him pinning The Undertaker, but I would like to see that. I would like to see Drew McIntyre versus The Undertaker, because like I said, if he's got a younger guy in there that can help carry the match, then it's going to be a decent match. At least, on paper, it could be a decent match. But anyways, that is the Extreme Rules preview. Check it out this Sunday on the WWE Network. I believe it starts at 6 Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. Should be a good pay-per-view, honestly. a lot of times these ones that are not as big as like the main pay-per-views turn out to be better than we think they're going to be. So hopefully we'll get a really good pay-per-view here. Oh crap! Shit, my bad. I forgot about the Bobby Lashley versus Braun Strowman. Is it not even on here? That's weird. I made my run sheet here and I put all the matches there. I guess I left off the Bobby Lashley versus Braun Strowman. Shows how important this match is, huh? Well, this ought to be a good match. It's a last man standing match. It's not going to be high flying. It's not going to be fast paced. It's going to be these two, like we've seen before, just beating the living hell out of each other. There'll probably be some kind of crazy spot like there was a couple of weeks ago when Braun Strowman's shoulder blasted him through the stage. So I don't know. Hopefully this will be a decent match. I don't know who's going to go over here. I think Braun Strowman will probably go over, but I would like to see Lashley because he needs it the most. Braun Strowman's a monster, so maybe have like Lashley win on some kind of weird technicality or something. I don't know. Maybe he takes and drops the stage onto Braun Strowman and he can't get up. Thus, last man standing, he wins. Who knows? But yeah, I'm hoping Lashley wins. Because Lashley needs this. I would like to see Nat Lashley eventually in the WWE or the Universal title picture. The man's a beast. They just got I think they need to give him a manager, maybe somebody like, hell, I don't know who you'd have be his manager, but somebody. And give him more of a voice. And then, now I've heard that he's good on the mic, better than what we think he is. It's just WWE don't know how to write for him. I know that when I saw him in Impact, he was better on the mic than what we see here. So maybe we could get that guy. Maybe they need to go find the writers from Impact and have them to come over to WWE. And wait, they probably all work for WWE from what I hear. Anyways, that's my Extreme Rules review. Catch it, like I said, on the WWE Network. Thanks for listening. And remember, if you're going to get high on wrestling.